So as you can tell in those pictures, my buddy went through some water and we had to winch him out because he was in too deep. So let's talk about some of the limitations on your Jeep. Hey guys, it's Ben from JK Gear and Gadgets. It's a beautiful Sunday evening here enjoying my nice ice cold beverage. And figured I'd do a video on how deep your Jeep can go in water without getting damaged. Reason I'm doing this video is because a buddy of mine just bought a snorkel, which pretty much everybody knows what a snorkel does. It raises your air intake from here up above the roof line, so you can go through deep water without ruining your Jeep. But this is false. There's a lot of more damage that can be caused by going through deep water. So, how deep can a stock Jeep go underwater without getting damaged? The answer is usually around 3 feet of water. Reasoning behind that is not because of your airbox. Of course, what you know is your airbox is right around your hood line. So of course, if you go get any water above your hood, your engine's going to suck in water and it's going to die. But what about your axles? Let's think about that. So your axle breather tubes, your rear one comes up and comes right here. It clips in right here. It's no higher than this. So on a stock Jeep, it's going to be right around 3.5 feet. Mine's 3.5 feet. I'm on 4.5 inch lift with 37s. So stock Jeep's going to be about 3 feet. So if you go any deeper than this, your axle breather tube goes right into your differential, so it can the heat can expand and contract from the differential oil, your gear oil, heating up and cooling down. This cap on here allows air to come in and out, but if this gets submerged, it will let water in. Your gears are designed to be cooled and lubricated with your gear oil, not water. So if you go, pretty much if you go in water deeper than your tires, you're gonna fill your axle up with water. It's gonna destroy your bearings in there, and you're gonna have to replace the bearings, and you might have to replace the gears too, which is a costly fix. Same with the front. Front breather tube is on the driver's side. Goes right up along. It starts down there, comes up and runs along your shock mount. I can't see because my liner's in the way, but it ends about right here. So once again, 3.5 feet up, you're gonna start throwing water inside your axle. Another thing, transfer case. Your transfer case also has a breather tube which goes into the engine bay. So even if you do have a snorkel, anything above your tires is going to cause damage on your Jeep. So if you have been in water deeper than your tires, check your differentials. All you do is the fill plug right on the differential cover. Open that up. Your gear oil should not be white, black, or brown. Any of those colors, go ahead and change it out. It's a good call to change those out. I change mine every 10,000 miles. It doesn't hurt. It's pretty cheap. So, what if you do want to go in water deeper than 3 feet? If you want to buy a snorkel, go through river crossings where your hood's submerged. Well, buy your snorkel and extend those breather hoses. It's not hard. You can either replace the entire line. You pop your line off, take it to Lowe's or Home Depot, get the same size tubing, but that's longer, and run up to a higher place. Usually the highest place you can bring it is up here in your engine bay. So still, you're limited on how deep you can go, but it's you can go deeper than before. Now on your rear, you're really limited in where you can put it. What I have seen is people bringing it through here. Under here, you take the foam out, take off your tail light and mount it up in there. So that's probably a good 4.5 feet up there, which is pretty deep. But yeah, so if you're wondering how deep in water you can go without damaging your Jeep, your axle breathers are going to be your limitations. Check those out, extend them if you can. There's plenty of write-ups online on how to do it. It's super simple, super cheap, and yes, you will be able to safely cross through water at the depth. Also, of course, you're going to have to worry about getting water inside and getting your carpets mildewy. But on the Wrangler, it's super easy to take the carpet out, dry it out. But what I also would say is if you don't really want to get your engine submerged, even if you do have a snorkel, you have your alternator. Where is it? Right there. So, of course, if you get your alternator soaked, anything on the engine, you have connections, your battery, alternator, all that stuff, you really don't want to get it wet. So I try to avoid deep water crossings if I can, especially if I do, I'm going to go slow so I don't splash up any water. But, so the answer is, on a Jeep, 3.5 feet of water. Pretty much anything that, if it's going to submerge your tires, it's almost going to be too deep. If you do get into something where it's deeper than that, check your differential fluid, make sure it's not full of water. Sign of water in your differential fluid, it's going to be it's going to look milky. It's going to be emulsified, which is when the water and oil mix, it makes a white milky texture. Change it out, flush it out again. You'll have to flush it a few times to get all that water out. But yeah, it's easy to extend those breather tubes, throw a snorkel on there, and that's really about it. But alright guys, hope you learned something from my video. Feel free to subscribe and watch some more videos on JK Gear and Gadgets. Have a good one.